Hey you guys, this is Russell, AmbeRussell. Make sure you guys subscribe, the button right at the top, thumbs up the video, and leave a comment at the bottom. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple of things that's happening on this week in the music industry and outside the world. Ciara released her newest album, Basic Instincts, and she's expected to sell only like about 40,000 copies at the most. She probably, go a little bit below, a little bit higher than that. But the problem to me about that is Ciara. She is such this huge star right now. She has been doing so much, and yet that's all she's doing to sell. Her first performance was on Ellen DeGeneres the other day, on Wednesday, and that was her first ever TV performance for this album. And to me, that was such a long time. She should have been doing stuff way before that. I can't say I'm not expecting. I was actually expecting her album to do a little bit better, but it was poor management. Ciara was at the teetering point. She was on the fence of if this album should have been good or bad. This was her make it or break it album, and it just seems as though, videos not being shown on TV, not doing performances. I mean, she did perform at the VMAs, but she performed the song for Pharrell. She should have been promoting her own music. She should have been performing at all these different shows. Yes, she did do an excellent job on Ellen, but Ellen DeGeneres only gets about 4 million people watching the show on a daily basis. So that was not a good judgment plan for them to say, let's wait till the last minute for her to do it. She could have been on BET's Christmas singing. I wouldn't want to hear her sing, but she could have did that. She could have been on the Soul Train Award. She could have been on the VMA. She could have been on the American Music Awards. But all these opportunities that had came to her to be able to, all these platforms rather, for her to be able to perform, she didn't do it, and she ends up not selling as much as she should have. She ends up losing, instead of being a winner and getting people to buy her album. She was on a couple of shows, but I mean, she should have been doing this weeks ago. She was on 106 & Park for a whole week, and not once did she perform. So all this time was wasted for the last minute, and it's just a bad call for her management and for her, because she should have stepped up and said, hey, listen, I need to get promotion. I need to get this album out. She should have released the album when Rider was out, because now she's releasing it with all these dance songs, and yet it's winter. She's releasing this for, her whole album sounds like an album for windows down, top down, and it's not the right time, it's not the right season. She also should have released it when Rider came out, simply because that was when the buzz for Ciara was actually at its highest. No one's checking for Speechless or the other song, Give Me That. Even though she did perform that song very well on Ellen DeGeneres, no one wants to see it. It should have been on an award show rather than on a TV show. But Ciara, next time, if there is a chance for you to have it next time, make sure you just do everything at the right time. That's what releasing an album is doing everything at the right time, at the right moment. She kept pushing the album back, and, songs kept getting leaked. We heard already about 12 songs out of 11 album with only 11 songs. So, I mean, come on, Ciara, next time, make sure you keep your songs locked up, phone conversations locked up, and make sure you release your album at the right time, and don't wait and drag it out so people are like, whatever, I don't want to hear it. It's not a right call on your part. And let's see what else. Diddy, Dirty Money also released music, as well as Michael Jackson. I heard Michael's album, and I'm not too big of a fan of it. And one thing also that makes me not like it is simply because these are all leftover tracks. Most of them are leftover tracks from previous albums. And Michael was a very critical artist, And when he he made music, he made sure he put every single detail, made sure everything was right and to his liking. And for us, the public, to buy stuff that he didn't even like that much to even put on the album, you see where I'm getting at? They're selling music to us that Michael didn't like himself. He didn't put that Michael flair on it, so the extra critique, the extra, to make it that Michael song. None of the songs to me are as, long-lasting, loving as stuff from his previous works. But I mean, people are going to buy it. They're saying that it's expected to sell about 200,000, or somewhere about that, roughly. I'm not quite too sure. I forget the number, but Michael, the best luck to you with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. I'll probably have to listen to it over and have the songs, catch on to me, but I'm not really feeling the songs too much. And other person with the new album, Diddy, Dirty Money, they finally released their, I can't say highly anticipated, because the album's only expected to sell about 65,000 copies. But I mean, I guess some people out there really wanted to, hear the music of Diddy Dirty Money. Now, my only problem with Diddy Dirty Money is that, first of all, you have all these features on there, and yet you have two backup singers who barely get to sing at all. Dawn and Kalina, they both have amazing voices. Why don't you give them a chance to actually sing some more? Dirty Money just shows me how much of an asshole Diddy really truly is. He broke up a group so he could take one of the members to himself, and look at where she is at doing. Why did you leave Danny Kane out to dry? You should have stuck your ground and kept them together. But no, she'd rather work with Diddy, and look at where you are now. You are taking 3 steps back. I mean, the people are liking the songs, but I mean, no one's buying the album. It took you guys so long just to actually come up with that album. And now you guys might say, why am I saying that she, is at fault of Danny Kane breaking up? Well, Dirty Money Diddy says that they were working on this for 3 years. So it's 2010, that means 2007 is when they started working on the material for the album. And so they broke up, and Danny Kane broke up in 2008. That's 2 years ago. So obviously, she was a part of the breaking up. She was a part of Dirty Money already. And just the fact that Diddy's just the worst person to get signed with. Look at all the artists that were on Bad Boy who are no longer here anymore. If I was you, I would go to another record label. I mean, look at Danny Kane. They have sold so many records around the world, yet he only allows them to release 2 singles from each album. They outsold their first week's sales were so much higher than this what Diddy has, and yet look at where they are now. They're nowhere to be found. He let go of so many amazing artists. He only allows quite a few people to get more than 2 albums out. If you notice that Faith Evans, I believe, 112, Mace, and Diddy himself are only artists on the whole Bad Boy selection, artists to all have surpassed 2 or more albums. That just shows you that he just lets people go like that. You get a little taste of something, and then boom, you're nowhere. No Bad Boy artist is able to make it. That's the reason why he broke up Danny King. He just whatever, throw him away. And yet they were making more money for him than he's making for himself, just to have Dawn to himself. And Dawn, I wouldn't be surprised if Dirty Money doesn't do well. He's gonna throw you away and get someone else to take your spot. And he kept Cassie, but he took away the band, who clearly sold more than Cassie has. The band sold they went past gold. They sold about 700,000 copies, whereas Cassie only sold about 300,000, and she's still on the record label. No one's checking for Cassie new music, so I don't know why she's still there. She has an album that was supposed to come out in 2008. It's now 2010. the God, whatever his name is, like what he said, no one's checking for you musically. And you think about it, you can't even name one song of Diddy's that you like without a featured artist on it. I mean, you can't. There's either Mace, there's another member of Bad Boy on it, or there's another person who came onto the track to make you want to like the song. But I mean, I know, me personally, I can't think of one song that I like of Diddy's that did not have a featured artist on it. So I mean, that just shows the lack of talent and the likability of you, Diddy. You could give Diddy any song to rap, and he's not going to do a good job. I mean, I do like some songs off of Last Train to Paris. I don't get the concept. I can't hear the concept in the songs or the song's arrangement. But I mean, if you buy it, if you like it, you like it. But I mean, it's just quite a few songs on there that stick out. But I mean, Diddy rapping is not good enough for him to, be considered a rapper and to have a whole album of him just rapping. That's why he probably has so many feature artists on this album, so that they could take up the space for the rapping and the singing and the dancing and all that stuff, and have him just stay in the background and just get all the money. And just make sure you guys, subscribe to the show. Tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like Dirty Money? Do you like the concept of Dirty Money? Do you guys think Diddy's an asshole? Do you think he makes some bad decisions on letting go of some of his previous artists? Because I do. There's so many artists on that he was signed with that he just said whatever and threw them away. He's the devil of the music industry. He just lets you think you're going to get a little taste of something, and he just uses you and pumps you dry and then throws you out the window and never works with you again, and you just going back to your regular daily lives. Do you guys think Ciara could push for another album, or do you think she should have did something different to have more album sales, or you think, her career is over? And what about Michael Jackson? You guys think that we should continue buying his music even though he's deceased, or do you guys think that we should keep having his previous recorded songs come out that he made that he didn't like too much, to the leftover tracks? Do you think we should keep allowing the leftover tracks to be sold to us, even though Michael wouldn't have appreciate those songs because he didn't use them? And, if you guys are watching, thumbs up, subscribe at the top. And this is Russell of AmbeRussell signing out. And one thing I also gotta say about Ciara's album, I was reading a review about it, and someone was actually saying that I think one of her problems, and a lot of people's problems, is they think that because a producer, makes one good song, that they're able to produce a whole album. For instance, The Dream. The Dream did do an excellent job with making Single Ladies, but I mean, I don't think he's the best person to do, because I mean, he's not the greatest singer, he's not the greatest, he's not the greatest. He just happens to have luck with a couple of tracks. And with Umbrella, but I don't think they were saying that they don't think that he gave an Umbrella song to Ciara, and when you listen to her music, there is no standout song besides for the song that she has released. So I mean, Ride is probably the biggest song on the album, probably one of the best songs on the album. But I mean, hey, you guys tell me what you guys think. This is Russell, AmbeRussell.